Good evening, it's Charlie Smilek. I am here with our third quarter town hall. We've been doing town halls since we started together in the spring, actually the summer of 2018. So we will continue to do so. Each quarter we'll come together. We will also come together when there are important topics that we need to explore with our populations. And so we look forward to getting into some of our Parma City Schools news and notes later, and we will take questions from you. But before we do, we have Ms. Martin here, and Ms. Martin is from the Department of Treasury, and her job is actually community outreach. And so she's from Cuyahoga County, and they reached out and they said, hey, do you have people coming together soon? We would like to be able to present some of the things, some of the programs that are available to our residents in Cuyahoga County. And so we thought we would actually combine this with our town hall this evening. She's going to present to you for approximately 10 minutes or so, and then I will come back for questions and comments about the Parma City Schools. Ms. Martin, we turn it over to you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Hallie Martin. I'm with Cuyahoga County Treasury Department. Just a little bit of overview about the Treasury. First of all, we collect property taxes on all real estate in the county. We invest that money into long-term and short-term investments. We manage a portfolio of we collect about $2 billion per year in real estate taxes, and we manage an investment portfolio of about $900 million and collect about $11 million in interest annually. We enroll taxpayers into delinquent tax payment plans as well as in current tax payment plans, and we disperse the revenue we collect to school districts, libraries, and different municipalities throughout the county. So we have our own annual calendar, and some of our highlights are in January is when our first half collection closes, which just happened. We actually pushed the date back to February 9th, so collection just closed a couple weeks ago. In February, our Easy Pay program begins, which I will talk about shortly. March, first half closes for manufactured homes. In April is when our delinquent efforts to collect begins. June is when our final prepayment coupon is collected for Easy Pay. And July is when our second half real estate collection ends. August, interest is added August 1st of 8%. Easy Pay starts for the January collection again. September, interest is added for manufactured homes. October, we reach back out for those third delinquent billing parcels. And we sometimes have a tax lien certificate sale. Those are to be determined, especially now with our new executive. We have not determined if we'll have a tax lien certificate sale. We did not have one last year. And in December, December 1st, interest of 4% is added, as well as the manufactured home interest of 0.75 is added. If anyone is on a delinquent tax payment plan, those contracts continue throughout the year as they are written. Some of the credits that are available is the homestead exemption. Homestead is for our senior residents and or permanently disabled residents. Our seniors are 65 and older and or permanently disabled with an income requirement of $36,100 that went up this year, not including Social Security. So if you get Social Security, annuities, pensions, you would not count the Social Security in that total of $36,100. What this does is it gives you a credit of $25,000 off the taxable value of your home. So if the county looks at the taxable value of your home at $75,000, we will tax you on $50,000 instead of the $75,000. If you are a veteran and you are 100% service disabled and your DD 214 say you are 100% service disconnected, first, thank you for your service. Secondly, the credit for you is $50,000 and there is no income requirement. So that same $75,000 home, you would be taxed on $25,000 instead of the $75,000. You do have to apply for this through the fiscal office. Their application information is on their website. Again, their income has gone up this year to $36,100 for those that need an income. Any information, you can visit their website at fiscalofficer.cuyahogacounty.us. Another credit that everybody that lives in their home is eligible for is the owner occupancy credit. It is 2.5%, and the only requirement is that it is your primary residence and that you live in your home. So if you live in your house, you should have the owner occupancy credit of 2.5%. There are several ways to pay. Excuse me. You can always pay by mail. You can pay online with a check, electronic check, a debit or a credit card. Debit card, there is a fee of $2.95. A credit card, it is 2.5%. You can pay by phone with debit or credit cards. Those same fees apply. The Easy Pay program, which I will tell you more about in just one moment. You can pay at key bank locations throughout Cuyahoga County, and you do not have to have an account at Key Bank. Key Bank does stop taking our collections they take our collections up until the week before collection closes. So, for example, our collection closed this year for January on February 9th. They took our payments till February 2nd. You can use the drop boxes at the auto title bureaus, not the BMVs. There are 5 auto titles. It's North Olmsted, Parma, Bedford, I always draw a blank, our building, the administration building, and Mayfield. So you can drop them off there. It is a drop box. Please do not drop off cash, checks, money orders, or certified checks. You can use the drop box at the Cuyahoga County headquarters. It is outside on the south side of the building, on the Prospect side of the building. It is next to our main entrance. It is accessible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can come to our office and use our self-pay kiosk that is located in our lobby. It takes cash and checks or money orders. It will give whole dollar change. It will not give coins. If you have a coin, for example, as a credit, it will give it a credit as onto your next bill. For example, if your bill is $192.75 and you pay $200, the quarter will be a credit and you would get the $7 back in change. I hope that makes sense to everybody. You can pay in person with debit, credit, cash, cashier's check, money orders, certified checks with our cashiers in our office. Excuse me. Any questions, you can visit our website, which is CuyahogaCounty.us/treasury. This is the Easy Pay program that I've now mentioned a few times. Easy Pay is a way that you can pay your current property taxes monthly in advance. So what we do is we take your year, we estimate it, we divide it in half, and then divide that half into 6. So we're already at the end of February, just about. So you could start for March, and actually you might be starting for April if you signed up now. So we would divide that by 4 instead of 6. But in July, it would be divided by 6. So people started paying for their July taxes the beginning of February. In August, they will start paying for their January taxes. You can do it monthly, you can do it semi-annually, or you can do it annually. With semi-annually or annually, you will pick the day that you want your January taxes to be pulled, either the last day of collections or the last business day in December. Sorry, I had a brain freeze for a moment. So if you have any questions, you can apply for Easy Pay online at our website, which again is CuyahogaCounty.us/treasury, or you can call our office at 216-443-7400. If you are delinquent or you know someone who is delinquent, there are several different contracts that are available. Each one is dependent on your parcel and your particular circumstance. So, if you've never been on a payment plan and you are delinquent, give our office a call. If you were delinquent and you defaulted, give our office a call. We definitely want to help you. We want to try and get people on payment plans to recoup that money and to be able to help. Now, there is a program right now through CHN Housing Partners for people that are delinquent. CHN Housing Partners is paying up to $10,000 for people that are delinquent that were affected by COVID. Pretty much everybody was affected by COVID in some way, shape, or form. So if you think you would qualify, give CHN Housing Partners a call. Their application is fairly simple and it is available on their website. If you are over $10,000, give them a call anyway. They will try to work with you to find partners that they work with to help bridge that gap. They'll do the 10 and then they'll try and help bridge the gap for whatever you have remaining. While you are on a payment plan with us, for example, you will not be subjected to a sheriff's sale or a tax certificate sale if there is one. Even if you are in foreclosure, get on a delinquent tax payment plan with us. It will stop the sheriff's sale. And if you are in foreclosure, call CHN Housing Partners. It could potentially get you out of foreclosure and help you redeem the property. If you have any questions, you can give us a call, 216-443-7400, or visit our website at cuyahogacounty.us/treasury, or you can go to chnhousingpartners.org and fill out their application for delinquent contracts or delinquent taxes to get them to help you. If you or someone you know had an income loss due to COVID and you have a mortgage, there's a program through Community Housing Solutions that is paying mortgages for families for 6 months up to $25,000 if your household income for a household of one is less than $103,000. If you need more information about that, call Community Housing Solutions. I unfortunately do not have their number with me, but you can absolutely Google Community Housing Solutions and give them a call. I appreciate your time. You can contact us again in person on our website or by phone, and I don't know if there's any questions or not. So thank you very much for your time.
No questions.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Martin. I would ask us to give a virtual round of applause. Thank you, Ms. Martin, for joining us. And we will sort of move into the school section of our town hall this evening. Thank you for your patience during the delay. A few things we'll talk about, and we're not going to spend a whole lot of time because I'm more interested in fielding your questions. But we did a State of the Schools last week, and the State of the Schools will be available online on our YouTube channel very shortly, as we've concluded it at this point, sort of splicing things together. But we also wanted to highlight just a few pieces of our address to you tonight. I think that when we look back at academic achievement and we think back to the report card that we had this fall, we know that we had growths to make. One of the really focal points that we've taken from that report card has been our early literacy grade. We had 2 stars, and we know that's certainly not good enough. We should be at least at 3 and really more likely at 4 and 5. But we do want to let you know that we have been really proactive in trying to make sure that our teachers are being certified in what's called the science of reading, or letters now. The pendulum has really shifted, and folks that are watching and maybe think back to how they learned to read and remember something called phonics, and how phonemic awareness was really, we boiled down letters and sounds to really their most fundamental roots, and that really is returning in terms of what the science of reading is really telling us in terms of how our students learn to read. For a while, language, or I should say literacy instruction had really shifted to more whole language approaches and more immersion, and really having children and students look at context clues to try to figure out what a word was saying or what it meant. And we really are back to the most basic approach, which is the phonemic awareness piece. We've had 240 staff members go through letters training, and again, that's really based upon the science of reading. We've also done some early literacy professional development sessions for our K-1 classroom teachers. We're actually working at sound walls, which are different than word walls. It's been word walls now for at least a decade or so, where you've tried to have vocabulary words all over classrooms so that your students could reference those. Sound walls are actually where they will be able to look up and see how their face should be looking when it's time to make a sound. And so that should really be a clue for them to remember how to piece together that sound. And so that's really what literacy instruction and the science behind that is teaching us now. Just some gains. We probably don't do a good enough job celebrating these sort of midterm gains that we have. So we use map testing. Map testing is a benchmark. Many different school districts use map testing throughout Ohio, throughout really the country. It's a norm test. As close of an experience we can really create to a standardized test. Should be a good predictor as well of success on the Ohio State test. Just want to show you the gains from all of our elementary schools. These are gains in terms of students that are meeting on-track benchmarks from the map testing that they're completing. Denser was up 16%, Green Valley was up 13%, John Muir 10, Parma Park 10, Pleasant Valley 13, Ridgebrook 14, Renwood 12, and Thorough Park 11. So these are all significant gains where we are taking students from where they were, where they came to us in the fall, and really making significant growth so that they are on track as we look ahead to the spring and certainly to state testing. In terms of transparency, we want to invite you to some things here. Transparency has really been more than just telling you our story, but inviting you to be a part of our story and inviting you to participate in different school activities so that you feel that the assets that we have in our district really belong to you, not just the school, so to speak. It's a community asset. So we still have walking Mondays and Thursdays, all three high schools. Swimming has been tough because it's been tough to come up with lifeguards, so please make sure if you are planning to swim, make sure you come, make sure you check our social media. Often we're struggling to get lifeguards. It's not that we're trying to cancel these, but if we don't have a lifeguard, we can't have swimming. The Easter egg hunt is April 1st this year at Byers Field. It's actually at 8 a.m. Byers Field is very hard to get time during the spring in terms of finding an allocation of time, but the Easter egg hunt last year, very successful event. It went very quickly, and so we're going to be able to get out of there before a track meet begins. April 1st is the Easter egg hunt. Movie nights, we actually will have movie nights on June 6th and 13th and August 1st and 8th. So we're going at the beginning of the summer and at the end of the summer. And the reason for that is we're actually having new artificial turf installed at Byers Field. So we are working sort of around that schedule. You've seen this, but it bears repeating that we are again on the ballot in this spring for the May 2nd ballot. The Opportunity Campus is what we're trying to make sure that we sort of brand it that way, because this is really all about student opportunity. Certainly we've talked a lot about the exterior. We've had some folks come in and actually participate in the planning of the interior. We have another session to do that as well. That's on March 3rd. We will invite anyone out there who wants to learn a little bit how we're thinking through the construction of the inside of this campus. GPD will host that. There'll be opportunities for you to vote and for you to weigh in and ask questions, express your concerns. So we really hope that you'll participate in that. We call that, again, the Opportunity Campus because we can offer more AP and college courses than we do right now. We'd have 17 different career tech pathways in the same school. So that means students don't have to lose a period where they travel across, from Normandy to Valley Forge or vice versa. They'll be all right here on our central campus. Increase clubs and activities. When you don't need 3 student councils, you can have 1 student council and then a bowling club. When you don't need 3 football teams, you can have 1 football team and then a lacrosse team. So it's that type of investment and opportunity that we really see this as. Competitive Division I sports, we've struggled in many sports to even field a true freshman team, a true JV team. And so we're really looking forward to having true feeder programs into a very competitive varsity environment. So we'll talk more about this. We understand that much of this is going to be redundant. It's the same plan that we had really in place when we looked at the fall ballot. This time, slight increase in millage. The millage has gone from 3.95 to 4.0 flat. And so that has raised that monthly fee to $11.67. It had been at $11.53, so it's a 14-cent gain. But other than that, everything's the same from what we asked in the fall. We're going to continue to try to make sure we ask for what we need. That's our role, to make sure that we identify the resources, the facilities, the environments that we want to create for our students, and we ask our public to support that. Just some things for you to join us, and then we'll certainly take questions from anybody that has them on Facebook here. March 3rd, pierogi dinner at 3:30. There will be some tickets available, although we really encourage you to get the tickets ahead of time at any school. So pierogi dinner tickets are available, any school, 3:30 p.m. and then, I'm sorry, at any school, and then on March 3rd at 3:30 p.m. will be the pierogi dinner. March 6th, I misspoke before, I said March 3rd. It's actually March 6th, will be the Opportunity Campus Planning. We will send out sort of a sign up for that because we want to make sure that we have enough seats for everybody, enough ways for you to vote and participate. That is March 6th at 6 p.m. at the board office. Obviously, there'll be some ongoing campaign activities. A couple different walkthrough events coming up, and we want to make sure that we're telling everybody about those as well. April 22nd, breakfast and walkthrough of Parma Senior High. The breakfast does have a fee, the walkthrough does not. May 13th, walkthroughs of Parma Senior High, Renwood, and Parma Park. Please be sure to check our upcoming social media. We will also have a monitor that we will mail to everyone. So if you don't have social media, first of all, I'm not sure how you're watching this right now, but if you don't have social media, we will mail that monitor to you and you'll be available or be able to check on those dates. May 20th is also a walkthrough of Parma Senior High, so there'll be some other activities as well, but these are the main. We can guarantee that these will be available to you, and then please watch social media for others that might pop up. So with that, we will take any questions that Mr. Schuler has. And he is showing me none. So we appreciate your time tonight. Please don't be shy. Email me, smilexc@parmacityschools.org. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Have a great night.